idea that this would be such a big hit as it was, and such an icon?
I think we knew that the script was wonderful, that the cast was extraordinary, that we had one of the best directors in the world. I don't think we thought it was going to be like this.
No, I think that what's amazing is that the movie actually, when it came out, was not a big hit,
Yeah.
believe it or not. It came out the same weekend as Fatal Attraction, which is obviously a much more interesting movie, but not quite a comedy. Anyway, we were thrilled that as Chris said, we were thrilled to have a great director, great screenwriter, William Goldman, and a great cast, including Mr. Sarandon here. And we thought we had a hit movie, but you never know going into making a picture. It's as Bill Goldman says in his book, Adventures in the Screen Trade, in Hollywood nobody knows anything. And what he means by that is that nobody knows what makes a hit movie, because if they did, they'd be making them all the time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a gamble, and thank God for all of you fans who love the movie, because yes,
Amen.
the film became popular when it came out on VHS. How many people here have VHS copies of the movie? There you go. Give yourselves a round of applause. There you go.
How many have watched it with their kids?
There you go. And it's a rare thing to be able to watch a movie with your kids and everybody enjoy it. So yeah, we had no idea, and obviously we're internally grateful for the massive response that we've gotten to this film,
And how much the film is in the culture. People go around quoting lines from the movie all the time, constantly. Next question.
Over here.
Hi.
This is just inconceivable.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Sheila from New York City.
Hi, Sheila.
Hi. I just want to know any possibility of a sequel, because it is such an lasting icon. We need more.
I'm old enough to play the grandfather, but that's very kind of you. We lost our writer, William Goldman, sadly, this year, and it was a great loss to all of us. And the only person who could possibly write a sequel, and he tried, would be Bill. And he said he tried writing, I think there's a chapter called Buttercup's Baby. He wrote one chapter. Yeah, okay, there you go. Die Hard fans know about it. And he tried to write it, and he was asked, why didn't you finish it? And he said, I tried the hardest, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't figure out a way to make it work. And so I think the film, personally, it stands alone on its own, I hope.
And in some ways, I think that, and Bill would probably have acknowledged this were he here, that his trying to write a sequel was almost a victim of its own success. That the movie had such an indelible stamp that it was difficult to follow it up. He would say, I had a hard time figuring a way into it many times, and he just couldn't.
I just have to say personally, it would be a lot of fun to see a really buff Buttercup. Which is what we get at this point.
Buff Buttercup.
Hi, over here.
Hi, I'm Robin. I'm from Herndon, Virginia.
Hi, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
Oh my God, he's so many. Okay, two people who have been so influential in my very short 21 years on this earth. Thank you. So I'm wondering, what was influential for you growing up, but in a bad way? What is a movie or a story or something that you were subjected to and it haunts you to this day?
When I was a kid, when I was, I think 8 or 9 years old, and this was in the day when I lived in a small town, and you could walk to the movie theater by yourself, and go to the movie, and you went to the movies in the middle of the feature, and then you stayed until the end, and then you watched the beginning. There was a movie called the original The Thing, about a creature from outer space who lands at the North Pole, etc., etc., and that creature haunted me for years. It came after me at night when I was lying in bed. It scared the hell out of me. So that was the one for me. How about you?
I saw The Exorcist at 13, which I should not have seen.
I was 5 when I saw that.
5?
Yeah.
What? And you're not in therapy?
I am, so.
I'm still in therapy.
That's her therapist standing
There you
beside
go.
her.
Thank you for all your hard work.
Good luck.
Thank you. Hi, over here.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Lindsay.
Hi.
I actually have a question about Psych, and I was wondering if there was any chance there was another movie if Despero would come back.
Well, you know, that's up to the producers. I understand they might be doing another one. I'm not in the second one that they're making, and I know. But I understand they might be making a third one, and if they do, then I understand that Despero will be
Awesome.
making it. Thank you.
Right over here.
Hi, my name is Caroline Graybill, and I live in Silver Spring. I live in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Sorry.
I sold paperback books in your town.
And my question was, what was it like filming all of the fight scenes in the movie?
Right.
People ask me what it was like, and I wasn't there.
We had a lot of training. We had wonderful trainers. We had two guys who sadly no longer with us, Peter Diamond and Bob Anderson, and they were the guys who came up with all the lightsaber sequences for the first 3 Star Wars movies. So they were pretty cool trainers, yeah. And Bob Anderson was a Canadian Olympic fencer, and they were incredible. They trained us from day one. Mandy and I started literally about a week before we started shooting, and then we worked every single day while we were shooting. Even in makeup and wardrobe, they would drag us off and train us, so we had to get remade up and the whole thing. And then when we finished shooting for the day, we'd have to go and do another 2 hours. So when all the other actors got to go home and hang out in the hotel, Mandy and I were working at it. And they were amazing, these guys. They made us learn each other's parts. And the reason they did that is they said, if you learn Mandy's part and Mandy learns yours, there'll be less chance of an accident happening. And it's true. We thank God, got through the whole thing without injuring each other. So, yeah. Developed huge thighs. They're gone now.
Just an interesting sidelight that Mandy talks about is that you guys trained for how long? How many months?
We trained for about a month.
And during that entire time, no injuries, nothing. The only time Mandy was ever hurt was during the Mad Max scene.
Right.
From laughing.
Yeah. He bruised a rib.
He bruised a rib
From
laughing.
laughing.
Hi, over here.
Thank you both so much for being here.